I have 24 hours to drag my brother back to the sea, or he's going to suffocate. I wasn't surprised Saffron was refusing to return to the sea. Humans were fun, and Saffron liked to party. So, it was my job to drag the reluctant prince back to his crown. Reaching the surface, I pulled myself onto a rock. I was cautious, making sure to keep my temporary legs damp. Too much water, and I would turn back to Myrrh. If we had legs for too long, our skin would dry up, and we would suffocate on land. Stop looking at her. We're not. There were 3 humans my age peeking from behind a rock, a pretty blonde shoving 2 guys behind her. Hey, we're used to Mare washing up here. One of them, a guy with pretty eyes, stood up slowly, as if not to scare me. He pulled me to unsteady feet, throwing me his second skin. The human's second skin was warm, with the scent of seawater. He smelled just like Saffron. The humans had names. Brown Eyes was Jazz. Pretty Blonde was Luna. Quiet Boy was Casper. Dad always warned me about humans. They were savages. But these humans were good, I thought. Good. When Jazz dragged me down stone-cold steps, good. When I saw a male Myrrh's mutilated corpse hanging from the wall. His tail had been stripped of flesh, his eyes still wide, pleading for death. Luna forced me onto a table made of metal, muffling my screams. But she was good, right? I cried out when water soaked me, and my tail formed, flopping over the table's edge. The sea is a virus, Jazz whispered, stabbing something silver into my tail. I screamed, blood pooling around me. And you are a fucking plague. I had just enough power to burst the pipe above us, twisting my hand clockwise. Water drenched not just me but Jazz, who shrieked, stumbling back, the silver pointy thing slipping from his hand. I expected him to continue, lunging forward with the scalpel. But instead, he hissed out, dropping to the ground, a long greenish tail growing from his torso, which had been shredded apart, his scales mutilated into what he thought were human legs. He was Myrrh. They hunted us. Jazz spat into the floor, wriggling in a growing pool of water. They cannibalized our tails and turned us into meat, and we only just escaped. He was crying, I realized. His eyes found mine, pained, frenzied, and completely mad. I'm going to give you permanent legs, he whispered, so you don't suffer too. Luna was already recovering, human once again. Casper held me down, and I could see the birthmark on his temple, a sign of a child of Myrrh. His eyes were full of hatred and pain, but not for me, for himself. He hated that he had to squeeze his hand into a fist to dry himself, using his powers. Luna picked up another blade. We're freeing you from the sea, Jazz said with a smile, just like your brother.